This is Zeus from Olympus. If you are watching this, keep it to yourself. Welcome, heroes. In this voiceover, we bring you the captivating tale of Leanne as originally published by Nexters. Join us as we delve into the enchanting story of this Hero Wars character. Now, let the journey begin with the voiceover of Leanne's epic tale, straight from the lore shared by Nexters. Our story took place a long time ago, in the province of Mato. Even back then it was known all over Dominion for its marvelous hospital, Kata Ki. Same as today, the land was ravaged by bitter snowstorms. The snow-covered mountains and valleys, making passage through them impossible. But the wild cats called this cruel land their home. And so, one cold and snowy day, a young cat Lian was playing with her friends, shaking off fluffy snowflakes from the cedar branches and laughing gleefully. Tucked behind her ear, gleamed a golden leaf-shaped brooch, a gift from the pack. For a brief moment the freezing cold and the rustle of the forest died out and Leanne was drawn deep into the woods by a strange power. Swiftly and deftly maneuvering between the trees, she made her way to a clearing and came to a sudden stop. A man was lying there covered up to his chest in snow, freezing and hardly breathing. It was no secret that wild cats considered all humans clumsy and oafish. But this man was different. The person Leanne laid her eyes on was the most beautiful creature in the whole world. Snowflakes trembled slightly upon his eyelashes. Oh no! His heart was about to stop. Grabbing at the stranger's collar with her teeth, Leanne began to drag him out of the forest. After a long and arduous trail she made it to a town's outskirts. She knocked on the door of the nearest house, then jumped into a pile of snow and watched the stranger be saved. Leanne sighed in relief and was about to leave when she noticed that her brooch had become undone and was now lying on the porch. The cat was ready to jump after it but heard someone approaching. That scared her off and Leanne quickly disappeared in the dark woods. After Leanne came home, she couldn't stop thinking about the rescued stranger. Her heart ached with longing and other feelings she had never known before. She had no idea that in that very moment Hiroshi, such was the name of the rescued man, was feeling the same way while recalling his mysterious savior. Once recovered, he immediately set out to the forest. Hiroshi wandered the woods all day but found not even a trace of Leanne. She did see him searching but was too afraid to show herself. She knew full well that a human could never love a wild cat, not even if he owed one his life. And yet Hiroshi never gave up. Day after day he returned to the forest to look for his dark-haired savior. Leanne kept watching him, a desperate plea forming in her heart. Please, turn me into a human. She knew her dream would never come true and spent every night crying herself to sleep. One morning she woke up and shuddered from cold. In an attempt to get warm she wrapped her arms around herself, and froze in shock. Wild cats do not have arms. But there they were. Arms with hands, legs with feet and a full head of black hair. The few things left from her previous form were the fluffy ears on her head and a long black tail. I must find Hiroshi. Elated, Leanne rushed to the town. She ran out of the forest and immediately saw Hiroshi. He smiled happily and ran towards her. But why were his eyes suddenly so full of fear? Why did he look behind Leanne, pull her close to him and turn his back towards the woods? Leanne pulled away to look into Hiroshi's eyes. The life in them was quickly fading. She looked above his shoulder and saw a hunter wielding a bow. His eyes were wide with horror at the awful mistake he had just made. While trying to hunt the bizarre creature from the woods, he shot Hiroshi instead. Leanne gently lowered Hiroshi's body to the ground while looking the hunter straight in the eyes. Fueled with love and hatred, her gaze stunned the hunter. He dropped his bow and arrows to the ground in shock. With a screech of a wild cat, the woman lunged at the motionless killer. Radiant orbs of magic burst from her hands, ready to incinerate everything they touched. And then they faded away, never reaching their target. Satori appeared from the forest, surrounded by a pack of magical foxes. He stopped Leanne from exacting bloody revenge and persuaded her to join Guardians of Dominion. Her power, born from pure love, should serve the light, not cause further misfortune.